The Holy Book of the Atheist by a Babylonian priest. The Atheist. Celebrate being an atheist. Celebrate a logic that is free from dogma. No logic leads to conclusions that need the support of faith. I imagine that the outcome is like death, breathtaking. When I cannot imagine, I experiment. Killing is lack of imagination. The end of all wars will come when all of us imagine that the outcome is death. Peace by all means is the goal of all atheists. Only under the light of peace will the dogma die. Peace is the light which cleanses today from the fear of tomorrow. An atheist is always willing to learn. He listens more than he speaks and has no need to impress. Great masters are those who demonstrate their knowledge and elevate students to their level. A God who isn't able to elevate his creation to a higher level than himself is a failed teacher who isn't worthy of worship. No writing worships its writer. It is the writers who worship writing. No creation worships its creator. It is the creator who worships. Creation is the creator's means to express themselves with greatness. What is known is known. It is the unknown that excites the atheist. The unknown is a collection of the known. Learning is the worship of the atheist. To uncover the unknown, I need to be a better me, one who understands more. Knowledge is our sail across discovery, the moments of ignorance that turn into understanding. An atheist worships peace and liberty. Without those, no being can become an individual. Wars are the formation of abiding groups under fictional heroes such as nations, beliefs, and gods. Wars are started by groups, but freedom can only be attained by the individual. A person who thinks through her choices not inherits them. An individual is the only person capable of true happiness through the travel of discovery. The knowledge that none of us can be unique unless we stop fighting under common beliefs will free us. An atheist doesn't believe in an afterlife. Such a life, if it existed, is unknown. The atheist cannot base her understanding on life on the ignorance of a possible next. An atheist believes in eternal life that is attained by progressive thinking. It is the ideas that live on, and the purest of those live forever. The state of an atheist is a state of joy. An atheist is not defined by cultural heritage and social norms. An atheist is defined by her potentials, which are like life, infinite. An atheist defines herself as the change from one state to a chosen next, a future which doesn't depend on faith but on the choices of today. In this knowledge, the atheist is highly considerate with her choices. Which direction should we follow? Which path should we take? Ahead of us, no one has been. The atheists are the explorers of the unknown. Unanswered questions are the lights that guide us through today. A better tomorrow is a time when more questions have been answered. The answers of the past are who we were. The answers of today are who we are. The answers of tomorrow are who we will be. Questions are our path to infinity. Being an atheist is being able to change. Turning God into a higher self is only part of it. The words of God's prophets and saints are useless unless we can argue with them and improve them. No text or idea is sacred. What we cannot prove or disprove is useless to assume. Can perfection be perfect if it loses the means to perfect? Perfection is a state of being that perfects. If God cannot improve, then He isn't perfect. Living this life with the hope of another is like being committed to the wrong person. Exercise tires and strengthens us. Learning expands our minds. An atheist is the acceptance of change, the knowledge that we can manipulate tomorrow, even when we cannot predict it. Posing the right questions is what we must learn, not the answers. Everyone can refine themselves by approaching a simpler and purer form. An atheist is a student of knowledge who is always keen to share his misunderstanding. Common sense is the abstraction of all the senses. Faith is the rearrangement where common sense impairs the senses. Faith is the conviction that what we cannot sense is true. We breathe shared air and drink rainwater. We are light that comes together to think and talk. Before accepting this idea, I need to entertain it. The universe bewilders me. An atheist is free to differ with religion, science, love, and herself. Great discovery is seeing nature with acute senses which are sharpened by protecting our common sense from being a product of dogma. Common sense is what allows us to choose right from wrong. Common sense is the way we choose our partners and raise our children. Wisdom is common sense freed from what is false. Disagreeing with ourselves is the path to improvement. God created the universe and we decided to change it. The universe which God created keeps changing. Is God recreating it? How would we navigate the unknown? Which is true? Left, right, above, or below? There are lands beyond the open sea that we wouldn't have reached without getting lost. Our knowledge of today tells us where to start. Our imagination helps us to aim. Tomorrow, we need to keep our minds open and our senses alert. We came here not through wars, but through a refined selection that has the potential to understand itself. The Holy Book of the Atheist by a Babylonian priest. The Atheist. End of part 1 of 3.